It's August 13th, 2021. I just wanted to play this real quick because I caught this, and this is really hilarious.
Seem to be somewhere in the middle of them, which is a wild place to be. What are your guiding principles for how you approach antitrust?
I have to tell you, the first person that's interviewed me that actually gets this Holly Lee dichotomy in this.
It's crazy.
No, thank you for bringing it up. Let me start with he and I are good friends. I was so glad he joined me on this app store. We did the whole thing together. We went after Apple when they wouldn't give us a witness. We're questioning Google about why someone called to intimidate, get this, Match.com the day before the hearing to clearly try to get them not to testify. So we have disagreed.
Oh my god, here's the funny thing about you stupid fucking useless humans. If you didn't know better, you'd think you were really, like, important, because Match.com really did happen. They were using Match.com in order to pretty much pizza delivery, like, stall tactics into my life. They're all like, go on a dating website, go on eHarmony, go on Match while you're looking for a job and you're looking for a new man after the divorce. Right, yeah, so we did that. And what did I get? I got fucking Frank Falco, piece of shit, wasted my fucking life, big fucking problem. I got Warren Thompson. Oh wait, no, I think he came through. Nope, I got Chris Marone. Let's see what else. Who else from there? Eric found me, thank God, although I think it was the same Eric from the gym, although it didn't look like it on the photo, but then that was weird. And then, I don't really know how that worked. And then it was like, there was like a few conversations, then later on there was a plenty of fish. So when you dumb fucking useless people, there's a big problem going on. You just don't know the whole story, and then you want to do these judiciary things, and there's like top secret classified bioterrorism going on. And when we tell you the truth, you're like, isn't that going to be fun? So, Match.com intimidating a witness, yeah, that happened. Just saying. Don't know which one they're referring to, but whatever. And then you got this running some kind of fun and blocking other people that need help.
But once again, it's an example. I find common ground where I can find it. On Josh Hawley, I have not read his book yet. I know that
I don't know any of these people. They're so irrelevant to everything that I need my whole entire life. All right, so now I went up and I walked on the avenue. Lou's got this new lease thing. I had a guy who came to work for me. His name was Justin. I called him Justin Worker in my phone. And he came from, I think, upstate New York at some point. Really awesome, amazing person. He was a helper for Anthony. He was a married man. And when I first got pregnant, he was there, I guess, for verification and to assess the situation, whatever. But he was like, I don't know where whatever, disappeared off to. I texted him earlier about Lewis because he would be the go-to point guard on that one that I would use. I really don't trust many of you humans. He is one of the ones that I do trust, however. Kind of, sort of, in a not really way. And then I've got, I went up, I bumped into Eddie, by the way. Eddie Masters. He gave me a card. It said Eddie Masters on it, so we're going with that's his real name. I bumped into him a couple of times at the French workshop. He was there the day the mariachi just showed up in New York City out of nowhere. And then tonight, he was there for my supernatural, like, red eye, blue eye, vampire ear, elf ear shape that the Broadway folks and the theater company uses in, like, movie theater and theatrics during your lifetimes in Humanville, as references for some kind of theological reference. There is a real spark of reality behind all of your, like, inspiration. Not that I benefit from any of it. Then I ran into Eddie. We walked up to the French workshop. We crossed the street, and then he went one way, I went one more block, and then turned back around. So we caught up real quick about the supernatural, about my capability. I also told the valet at the Lazy Cow, yet again, Angel, I explained to him, as I did to Eddie, it's there. I have a hazel gold in the background of my eye. There's gas changes that get pulled out. I told Angel a little bit more. I said it's a white gas that gets pulled out so it looks more silver and blue. I was like, but there are times where it is not barometrically pressurized and it tends to recess and then my eyes look darker. I mean, again, you can even see it in the sockets of my eyes. Sometimes they're sucked in further, sometimes depending on the pressure in the room. So that seems to make sense at weather patterns, like if you have a tropical storm, they say that your knees and your joints hurt, right? Yeah, that's because your fluids get pulled in and pulled out. Things change. And so same thing with your eyes. So then I also met two auxiliary N.Y.P.D, the not me relative gentleman with a different eye, asked if I, wanted to hand me like whatever he was handing out. And I was like, no, I'm all right. And but then there was a grandpa-like figure that was there in that age bracket that could be relative to me, I suppose. And I explained to both of them. I showed them the red eye and the blue silver eye. I showed them the ear. I explained the elf and the Dracula in the movie theaters is what the kids in the life frame were calling it, or their reference, their urban legend reference point. So this way, linguistically, I mean, and I said, now where would I report this? I said, they keep say something, see something, say something. Great, okay, so my joints and my barometric pressure is off. I know that the atmosphere is being interfered with here. And then I ran into a mid-20s, early 30s man named Jake from a different state. I told him about the supernatural. He had a skateboard, so it was kind of disarming for me because usually I've always had good luck with guys with skateboards. They just seem to be easy to talk to. So that happened, and then there was and then there was a dark-skinned woman who stopped with a little girl with a pit bull, a baby pit bull, and she mentioned there's something about soda, S-O-D-A, about moving out of state. She had an Eddie Bauer shirt on. And then the Jake gentleman, he told me there's something called a wolf. I'm like, a wolf? I'm like W-U-F-F? And he's like, no. He's like, it's the work, organic, something farm. And I'm like, never heard of that. And they're like, yeah, no, that's like laborious or like hard work. I'm like, right, you got that. So I don't know about that. But let's think about this. So that happened. Okay, so back to the N.Y.P.D. auxiliary. So I'm like, he's like, did you try 311? I said, I've tried 311. 311 pretty much hung up on me, like nothing they could do about it. I'm like, I asked for oceanic. Like, is there something offshore? Like, do they handle weather patterns and collecting? I mean, like, this affects not just me. I mean, these are warning signs. It's like a flashing of like, like if I was a car and the maintenance light was going on, like usually there's a guy somewhere is like, oh, bring to the shop. Great, okay, got it. Now, theoretically, that would be great, but there's no shop for me to bring myself to. I'm like, you go to the hospital and you let the hospital workers know, and they practically handcuff you and then cart you off to a 2-week facility in like some prison lockdown and pump you full of drugs, and you're like, what the fuck? I'm telling you there's something wrong with the local atmosphere, and you're telling me that I now have a psychiatric condition and I need to be in lockdown I mean, like, you humans are the dumbest, most useless fucking piece of shit. You accepted all this fucking money and you got no emergency management equipment whatsoever. You have no reporting agency. You have no chain of command. You have nobody who cares. And these are known issues. In hindsight, they knew that this is where we were headed. You were given money, you were given a mission, and you fucking failed. Horribly so. And now it's coming to full light, and I really don't care how many of you die. I have clan shit I need to do to fix weather pattern, and it includes a white skin, because that's who is my kindred and blood brotherhood, and I need to report to. So when you get around to, like, getting them involved, it would be fucking wonderful. Star 1978, star 8378, Nicole Cattaruzza.